All right, first off, I'd like to say how much we appreciate, the alumni, the students, our fans for this past weekend. It was an unbelievable crowd, and, that's exactly the type of environment our players really get juiced up to play in. And I thought they did an unbelievable job. We were able to feed off their energy, and there's no doubt in my mind they were a huge reason why we had the success we did this past weekend. And there's no doubt we need that same energy and that same crowd this weekend to play a very talented, very good Army team. So it'll be a great challenge, and we look forward to feeding off that energy and having success because of you all. I just want to say how proud I am of this team for how focused they were this past week. All these games in this league are going to be challenging ones, and we knew that UTEP was going to come in here and give us everything they had, and they did exactly that. But I was really proud of the way they focused this past week, locked into what their job was, held each other accountable, and played a really probably one of our more complete games that we've had on all three phases together. It's great that we were able to clinch the West. I'm really proud of that fact, but moving forward, we still understand that we have a lot to accomplish this season. We still haven't accomplished our ultimate mission of winning our bowl game. There's another goal out there that we've set since the first day of fall camp, and that's be undefeated at home, make our fan base proud, and we still have one game left to accomplish that mission. So there's still a lot of things out there that we got to do, and this week we have to have great preparation again in order to accomplish that mission together. At the beginning of the year, I told this team that if you stick to the process, you prepare the way that we talk about every single week, you get better every single week, that we could do special things this season, maybe things that no one outside of our room felt like we were going to be able to achieve. And I'm proud of the fact that they've come to work every single week. They've gotten refocused. They've put in the preparation needed to, be really solid. Again, I'm proud of that. Now we just got to continue to do that moving forward. With that, I'll open it up.
Play a non-conference game this deep into the season against this good of a team. Just what does that mean for y'all as a team?
Well, you got to put, the conference stuff on hold. Just like I told our team, now we're take championship off your mind. Now it's about, again, accomplishing a different mission, which is undefeated at home. We have a lot to play for there. Plus, it's a team that we've played, this will be the third time in I don't know how many months, pretty quickly, that we're 1-on-1 against. We both had success against each other. So this is a really big opportunity for us to, play against a great opponent that, to be quite honest with you, eliminated us from accomplishing our ultimate mission this past year, which was win our bowl game. And they did a great job. They played an unbelievable game against us. It was a great battle. We have a lot of respect for those guys. We enjoy, this matchup, and we've had a lot of fun playing this game. So, again, it'll be a challenge.
Like you said, it's the third time in 13 months, I believe, that y'all have played them. Obviously, y'all are really comfortable against them. Is this maybe the most comfortable y'all have been going into a game this year?
I'm never comfortable. Seriously, you're never comfortable just because you always got to be on edge. You always got to, respect the process, and the things that they do are very challenging on all three phases. You look at defending the triple option as you better be ready. You better be extremely disciplined, and you better be extremely physical, because those are the two things that they pride themselves on. Defensively, it's no different. They're based out of a three-man front. They'll give you multiple looks. And the pressure packages defensively, they're very good. They're strong, they're physical. And the biggest thing they do is they're sound in what they do. They know their gaps. They don't come out of their gaps. They're a very disciplined football team. So we got to do a great job this week of really focusing in on doing our job. Everybody has a job to do. Make sure that we're the most disciplined football team, and we got to match their physicality.
Is it tough to play a team 3 times in that short span, or is that a thing that benefits you a little bit?
Well, again, they're all challenging in different ways. I think we both know each other pretty well. having, played each other as much as we have here over the last 13 months. So it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game, game planning, trying to figure out, the things that we had success on, maybe the things that we weren't so successful on, and there's how can we do it in a different way, or what are they going to do differently with kind of how we played them defensively. So it's no different game planning each and every week. I guess the only thing is we've played each other here pretty frequently the last couple times, and now it's just a matter of there's only so many different ways you can attack people, offense, defense, or special teams, and so now it's just trying to figure out what's best.
It doesn't help with the option. I mean, the option is something you don't see a lot.
Yeah, it's better now than if we had never seen it. There's no doubt. We can go back on some of those experiences. The guys that a lot of our guys that have played in it this past year 2 times, we'll get familiar quicker with some of the things they're going to see in practice this week. So that is a plus for sure.
Offensively, where do you feel like y'all are at going into this game?
As in,
especially in the past game with Mason coming from the La Tech game, the UTEP game, he was improved. Where would you say, maybe just specifically in the past game, where do you feel like y'all are at right now?
I feel good about our pass game. Again, every week's a little bit different, about how people want to play us. And so, we're going to try to put ourselves in the best situation to be successful, whether that's running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage, and or if we need to, throwing the ball. I didn't feel like this past week we weren't as explosive as we've been in weeks past. I thought they were very long in the secondary. I thought their secondary is very underrated. Their defense is very solid. But they did a great job of tackling and not allowing us to hit those explosive plays that we've had in the past. So we got to be much better on that this upcoming week. But again, you're going to have limited possessions in this game, and so it's very important that you're disciplined. You got to be mentally there every single snap. You can't squander a possession. If you do, it's not going to work out well. So we definitely got to be more explosive, and I feel good about our run game and our pass game, depending on kind of how they want to defend us.
They're in a really good year. It's just a particularly good Army team.
Yeah, I think they're very solid. The things they're doing offensively, and the things they do cause a lot of issues for people, especially having just playing it one time in a year. There's a lot of things that go into it, and you have to have a really good week of preparation, especially if it's not coming out off a bye or maybe the first game of the season where you're getting that extra time in fall camp to work it. So that causes a problem. And the other thing is they're really good on defense. Not a lot of guys are scoring points on them. I think that, again, they're very sound in what they do. They're going to put extra guys in the box and at times make it extremely hard for you to run the football. And so when they do that, you got to do a good job, on the perimeter of making competitive plays. And so, yeah, they're a very good team, and they're very well coached. Coach Monken does a great job. The job he's done there is really impressive, and they're playing with a lot of confidence right now.
This is y'all's last home game of the season. What does it mean for the seniors, especially, that they go out on top, especially at home?
Yeah, I think that's been one of our goals since fall camp. Us as a team, and something that we've worked really hard to get to this point of the season and have an opportunity to accomplish that mission's awesome, and it would be a great way for those guys to, set their legacy of this team and set the legacy moving forward. That's the standard of how we play in Apogee.
Nate played really well last week. You talked a little bit about it after the game, but has he just started to kind of come back?
Yeah, I think he's worked extremely hard to get back. It's never easy. I mean, you're competing in practice every single day against other teammates, but more importantly against yourself. And I think once you start figuring out, it's not so much about what he's doing, but what am I doing? Am I making myself and helping myself become the best player I can for this football team. I think he's put together some really good weeks of preparation, and it's kind of carried over to the field. And sometimes, you know, as you get moving forward and as you grow and develop and mature as a football player, those are the things that you have to get accomplished. And you know, I think it also gives you that confidence when you are out there. You know, when you've had great weeks of preparation and you feel like you're getting better as a football player, obviously that confidence kind of goes with you out there on the field of play as well.
You think Wheeler be able to come back this week, or are you guys?
Yeah, he could have came back probably this past week. Just there's no reason to, you know, might have been. He wouldn't have been 100%. Felt like he definitely maybe could have played this past week, but we felt like it was better that he get that extra week of rest. Because again, it's a huge week this week. We need all hands on deck.
This is kind of a little off the subject here, but North Texas is going to consider improving that indoor facility when the regions meet this week. You talked about it a little bit before, but it's not really going to help you guys theoretically down the line just to have that extra.
For a number of different reasons. You know, some of it just being able to, different times of the year, whether it's, you know, big rain days to where you're not having to come off the field when there's lightning strikes, and every strike you're having to wait another 30 minutes. To, you know, being able to take care of your players, you know, student welfare, just their bodies, you know, and fall camp when it's a ton of humidity and it's very hot out there. Maybe you can split some of your time being indoor and outdoor. You know, it helps within recruiting. It helps for a lot of different reasons. It's important. You know, I really appreciate the way Ren and our administration and everybody around here has been working so hard to get that accomplished.
Mason's really kind of moving up the career list here pretty quick. Has he just had a great season? You just talk about what he's done for you.
I think he's had a solid season. I still believe in I don't know what records he's creeping up on, and I would bet that he doesn't have any idea as well, which is a good thing. But I think he's had a really solid season. I still don't think he's reached his peak by any means. I think he still has a lot of room for improvements. I think you'll continue to see him. I think he's grown just even in this season alone. I think he's playing really confident right now, but I still believe that you'll see him continually get better season after season, which is going to be great for us, because I do believe once that peak hit, he's going to be really special.
And your offense has kind of really seemed to have found a groove this year. You talked about it, you know, maybe this year would be the year you kind of settle in a little bit. Have you seen that a little bit from your team?
More, you know, you had more playmakers. You know, a lot of different guys have in different games stepped up, you know, whether it's the depth of the running back position. Jeffrey Wilson's done a great job in different games this year, but you look at those two young running backs, the things that they've done as well. Being able to come in there and make plays. Nick's done a great job. Evan's done a great job with having some explosive plays. On the perimeter, you look at, you know, different receivers. You know, Guyton's had some big games. Boosie's had big games. Mike Law's had big games. Kelvin Smith's done a lot of great things. Up front, you know, I think the chemistry's a lot better up front. I think we're playing more physical. We're doing more. You know, we've kind of expanded the package a little bit more. So all that plan, you know, kind of goes hand in hand. I think there's a reason why we've had more success this year. I mean, obviously you got to have those playmakers that are able to. But at the same time, by no means do I think we're where we need to be. I think we still got to be more consistent overall, and that's overall as a football team, and we'll get there.
One guy I find interesting this year has been Colton McDonald.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about how he got here and what he's done for you since he has gotten here?
Well, you know, he wanted the opportunity to come back home and play at North Texas, and you know, we were excited about that. You know, he played safety, you know, at his former school, and when he got here, just felt like that he would being in in an off season with Coach Womack, he could put on the weight and the muscle to drop down to that linebacker position. He's a very tough kid, comes from an unbelievable family, and he works extremely hard at for this team overall, I think. And I think as he's gotten more comfortable over the season, he's making more plays. But there's one thing that you'll know that you're going to get from him every single week is 100%. Yeah, he's going to give you everything he has, whether it's on the field, off the field, in the weight room, in the classroom. He's a great teammate, and I think that's more important because as you work and as you go, you're a great teammate. Usually, great things happen. You're going to have the success you need. But I think he's really done a great job of stepping up and making some crucial plays for us this season.
In the course of your career, have you ever had a guy that's jumped up from a Division II or a smaller Division school and really contributed like that? Or is that unusual?
I've definitely seen it different places, but it's not like you're getting it every single year. But look, there's a lot of great football players out there, and there's a lot of great football players that are at 1AA, Division II, Division III. I mean, guys get overlooked every single year. There's a reason we've found some really good football players here in recruiting in January that don't have many Division I offers. But some of the times those are some of our best recruits when they get here, and a couple of the time that's been some of the guys that have really made a lot of plays for us early.
Has he just filled a lot of holes for you? You've had some injuries here and there. Guys have been in and out of the lineup. Is he just one of those guys you've been able to kind of plug in and use?
Well, he's definitely added depth, which is much needed at that position, especially with some of the injuries we've had. But at the same time, that competition we talk about, being able to depth's important just as much for that competition. You're competing every single day against somebody, which in turn is going to make you a lot better in the long run. And so, yeah, I think he's done a great job of that. I think that group's really growing. That was probably one of the groups that I felt like had to really come along this season as we went. I think Coach Kuntz has done a great job with them. And, we're fortunate to have him. We just need to continue. He just got to continue to work and get better with that grouut.
What's made him so effective for you guys? Is he just a good
What's
made him so effective? Is he just a good all-around player? Or?
Yeah, again, he's a good player. He fills that role that we need. He makes plays for us. He works extremely hard. He's a great teammate.